Hey everybody. The first question is, how did you get started on doing what you're doing now? How did you discover your passion? So I actually did a lot of cosplay. People that don't know what that is, there's people that usually dress up in costumes and go to different conventions and show off their creativity. And I just had like a well of characters that was like original character that was in my head. And I usually would, like, when I do the costumes, I would like I would have these backstories of these like imaginary people and and I just said, you know what, I want to write a book because I love the fact that I'm able to like create this universe and it's all mine and it comes directly from my mind. And I love the fact that everyone gets to experience what's in my brain and in my creativity. So that's how I kind of became entangled in all of this. The next question is, why did you select this type of content for your book? So Dark Mysteries of the Paranormal, which is the name of my book series. The first two books is called The Brave and the Wicked and The Ghost of Kyle Sugarbaker. It's a 10 novel series. I really love anything that deals with the supernatural. I love things that deal with ghosts and witches and demons and monsters and things that deal with scary. I'm a big horror buff. I love horror movies. I love supernatural movies. So I just have an affinity to it. I mean, Halloween is literally my favorite holiday of all time. I love Halloween. So I think that there's always been something like that gravitates me towards the darker subjects and that deals with the supernatural things that can't be explained. I love like things that are like aliens and wizards and mages and dragons and all that good stuff. So I love that kind of content because that's where I know that I can have the best creativity and the best imagination and give it my all because it's something I'm really passionate about and that's something I really love. So the next question is, how did you cope with all the changes and stay on edge? I'm not exactly sure what that means. As far as changes with my book, I mean, or stay on edge with my book, I always try to do like plot twists and characters that are really riveting to the reader. I always want to kind of keep them on their toes as far as like they don't know what's going to happen next. And I love the idea of very dramatic and shocking things happening in books, or even like when your a favorite character of yours passes away or gets killed or whatever. It's kind of like it's such a lot of times people, they have such a connection to fictional characters, and even if they do die, it's like they feel so connected to them. They're like, oh my god, I can't believe this person is dead. He's my favorite character. Why? So it's amazing how humans can as we as humans can really be attached to things that are not even real. But that just shows, it's very telling of the story of how powerful the story that's being told and how people are really connecting to it. So that's how I want people to kind of want that with my books, is be really connected to the characters, be connected to the plot, and really fall in love with the what's going on in the story. The next one is, when did you realize you wanted to be a writer? So I actually am a big Stephen King fan. I love Stephen King novels. It and The Outsider is probably my favorite novels. I remember when I was a kid, I would write a lot of horror stories. But then it kind of fizzled out. I don't know why. I think I was always a very creative person, and I don't know why I kind of just fizzled out, but I stopped doing it. But I kind of picked it back up because, as I said earlier, when I do cosplay, and I remember one year when they came out with the new adaptation of It, I did the cosplay for it, And like, I was like, I really wanna do like my own story, have a very iconic character, like, I'm saying, that scares the crap out of people, because why not, right? And so I said, I wanted to like write my own story and like, make my own universe come to life. And it kind of, since then, I kind of just went from there. I originally was just gonna do like one book, and then like it kind of like spiraled into like, into the series. So, which was kind of cool. The next question is, as a child, what did you want to do when you grew up? Actually, I wanted to be a singer, which is surprisingly enough. I can sing, and but I realized that I realized early on that that's not something that I really wanted, because because whenever I sung, people would like, would gravitate towards me, and I think that like, um, I would have that like that positive, uh, you know, reaffirmation of like, oh wow, when I sing, people are nice to me, or people compliment me. That's nice. So, but I realized being a singer is far more grueling, and a lot more, just like, there's a lot more to it, to being like an entertainer in that profession. And it's not something that I really didn't want to do. Especially the fact that when I tried to record my first album, things didn't really go the way I intended or wanted. But I definitely did not really. I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore, and an event. But I knew that I wanted to be like an entertainer in to some capacity. I wanted to have some form of creativity as my profession. So yeah. The next question is, what do you like to do when you're not working? Oh, I'm sorry, when you're not writing. So I really love cosplaying. As I said earlier, I love to cosplay, but just like, I like to just like hang out with my friends, and I love. Well, I haven't been going to the movies, but I love going to the movies. I love watching movies. I love horror movies. Um, I love just like, I guess I love food. I love to eat. I love going to restaurants. I haven't been to the restaurant lately because of the whole COVID-19 thing. But I really love to just, hang out with like just good people. Like, just, I love just, I'm really a homebody, honestly. I'm really, really a homebody. I love staying home. I love the comfort of my own four walls, and no one bothers me and no one harasses me. But occasionally I do love having to be around people that I really care about, people that really help me grow as a person, and help me help me evolve. That's the kind of people that I love to be around, and also people that inspire me. I love being around people that inspire me. So there's that. The next question is, what were your failures on this journey? My failures as an author, it was that I knew that there was gonna be a lot of work that went into this, but there's just like, I think the biggest problem I had with like, just being a self-published author is just the promotion and the marketing. That's really the hardest part. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of time and effort, trying to get people to like get your books to be visible. And I definitely have struggled with that in the past couple of years. I'm still learning as I go, because I am still new at this. So I think that's one of the biggest things that I've had the hardest time dealing with, was figuring out how I can get my novels to be visible, and to get my novels to get people to care about my novels, to want to buy it, to want to read it, to want to talk about it, to want to leave reviews. That's the kind of thing that I've been working on, like, every day. And it's a marathon. It's like a constant thing you have to like keep on pounding away at, because it's just not going to happen overnight. Success won't happen overnight. But I think that's one of my biggest failures and frustrations, was just the whole marketing part. Me getting my books out to the masses, me getting up to people, getting not only getting it visibility, but getting people to care, and want to read it. So The next question is, what does your family think of your writing? I don't really talk to my family that much, honestly. I don't really have a relationship with them. I mean, I talk to my sister and my brother, but we don't really talk about my writing with. I don't really talk about them with them because I know that's not something that they, that they care about. Like you're saying, they just don't. Like so I don't really have that conversation with them. I usually talk to my if you want to talk about my friendships, like my family friends, like my friends that are, like that I consider family. Yeah, they encourage it and they love my writing, and the ones that the ones that actually took my writing seriously and they like I don't know, like they actually read my book. They gave me great feedback. They said that what I'm saying, I had great stories and I have great characters, and so I think that my people that I'm really great friends with, people whose opinions that I really cherish, they've given me a lot of like support and encouragement, and and always tell me that I should definitely not be discouraged, because when I'm not getting to where I want to go immediately, because because it is like as I said earlier, it is like it's a process. So I definitely love the idea of the fact that they were always so supportive of me, and I'm just appreciative of that. So yeah. And the last thing I just wanted to say to my potential audience and whoever is watching this video is that I really think that you're going to love Dark Mysteries of the Paranormal, because it's not like your typical horror genre type of story. There is characters from different perspectives that you're not used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? It's usually in horror movies or horror books or supernaturals like books. You are usually seeing like a certain perspective always being told every single time. So like in my books, the underdog, the people who are usually in the background or usually as a minor character, those people are they take the forefront, they take the lead, they are, what I'm saying, you will hear things about their life and get to know them as people and as human beings, as characters rather, because I thought that was important to me, because as a member of, I'm Black and I'm part of the LGBTQ community, that we don't get a lot of representation, especially in these kind of genres. You don't really see a lot of characters that look like me, or or so on and so forth. So I definitely wanted to do characters that I mean, there's characters everywhere. Like this all kinds of characters all under the rainbow, like in my books. But I definitely wanted to do characters that are African American and Asian, or what I'm saying, or Hispanic descent, or what I'm saying, and plus definitely LGBTQ AI plus as well. I wanted to have more of that in the forefront, because there definitely can be a lot different stories that be told from different perspectives. And Dark Mysteries of the Paranormal, you'll find out that it's just as scary as any old a horror genre novel, with a with a straight character, or with straight characters basically. And also, like I wanted to write a story that that birthed a brand new genre, a brand new plethora of horror icons. Like in my first novel, The Brave and the Wicked, the character Arcadius is a six-armed demon, and then the second one, the Ghost of Kyle Sugarbaker, who is he was a kid, a young teen who was the victim of a hate crime, and his ghost came back to settle a score with the people that hurt him. So and I definitely want people to love the characters, and I want people to really just embrace them. And also, there's another character. Her name is Candace Moon, and she's like this immortal witch, and she's in every single book. She's like my Nick Fury for my series, or my Dumbledore for my series in a way. So I'm actually really excited about Dark Mysteries of the Paranormal. There's gonna be 10 books, 10 all in total, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So I've written right now. The first two are on Amazon Kindle. You can get the paperback version or the ebook version, and I'm going to be launching my third novel, which is called The Rainbow Dimension, and then my fourth novel, Atlas and His Amazing Wonders. So, and I'm currently working on my fifth. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. And I hope you guys decide to read my novel, Dark Mysteries of the Paranormal. The first book, The Brave and the Wicked, and the second book, The Ghost of Kyle Sugarbaker. Thank you so much.